everyone, and how's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having a wonderful and super fantastic type of day today. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Gabe, and this is Gabe Loves Makeup, and we are so glad to have you. And when I say we, I mean you, as in me, as in you, because this is your channel as much as it is my channel. So, come on in, pull up a chair, grab a little snack, a little cuppa, a little something, because today, guys, we are finally diving into a full face of Dior makeup, skincare, and fragrance. This has been a very, very highly requested video for me because a lot of people know that I work for Dior. I work as the regional makeup artist for them, so I travel for them and I do a lot. And a lot of people have requested me to do this video, and I've just never got the chance to get set down and do it. So today we are finally diving into that. So as my girlfriend, Glam Girl Chelsea, would say, Dior has all the things, all the things. So if you want to see all the things in Dior and want to play around with this with me, then stick around and let's do it together. We are getting ready to get started. It's getting ready to storm outside today. Again, I keep hitting it when storms are happening, so it just kind of works out that way or whatever. But I've got my sleeves rolled up. We've got our sleeves all rolled up. We're ready to go. We're ready to dive into this. I'm super, super excited. I've done a little bit. I just cleaned my skin and I did a little bit of a mask earlier, but we're still going to start in with some serums and stuff that I normally use before I do my makeup. So I'm going to be putting that on with you guys because a lot of people want to see some of the serums and stuff that I use normally on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to be pulling out my Capture Total, and this is a super potent serum which does all the things. It lifts, firms, tightens, does everything. And by the way, this video is not sponsored, so just throwing it out there. But Dior, if you ever want to sponsor me, hey, I'll be more than glad to take you up on that. We're also going to be mixing it with the Capture Youth Glow Booster, which actually has a plum extract, which is a version of a vitamin C. And we're going to be mixing that together. So I'm going to take a little bit of my serum here. And I've changed up my situation a little bit, guys. Normally I have my table in front of me. I've got it on the side of me. If you see me kind of reach to the side, there's a reason why. I will be going backwards and forwards because I'm using this as a mirror. So I mixed those together to give me the beautiful elixir of a cocktail, just to give my skin that really beautiful glow and to make it look really super healthy and vibrant, and it just really smooths the skin out. I just love it. And if you want to know what's on my lips, by the way, it is actually the Lip Maximizer. I actually have that on. I have this one. This one is a 1. Mine is she's been used and loved, that's for sure. So next, let's get into a really beautiful, but it's a bougie cream, but it's really beautiful. But this is the Dior Prestige. This is the La Creme. This is in the texture Essential, which is actually more of the lighter weight texture. This is a beautiful cream. It makes your skin look beautiful, luminous, radiant, hydrated, plumped, everything, all the things. So anyway, we're gonna take a little bit of it and we're just gonna press this into the skin. As our trainer Daniel would say, it's all about pressing it into the skin, inhaling the Granville Rose extract in it. Oh, the Dior skincare smells so good. If you guys have never tried Dior skincare, it has a beautiful smell to it. So if you are one of those people that do not like fragrance, or like flowers in your product, it does have quite a bit of flowers in it. Most of the French skincare brands normally do, so just please keep that in mind. But it is really beautiful and it is refillable, but it comes in this beautiful glass jar. It's an amazing moisturizer. And then we are going to follow up with the Dream Skin. This is one of my favorite products. Absolutely love it. We'll pumps of this on the skin. And we are just going to take this and we're going to put it, so this helps with pores and texture and smooths the redness out of the skin. It's kind of like a filter for the skin, actually. It kind of blurs everything out. A lot of people, it's a skincare product, so it actually helps to, the more you use it, it helps to brighten the skin. It helps to smooth out age spots and brown spots. And it also helps with skin texture and tone. It is just such a beautiful product. And Dior, we do sometimes always use it a little bit like a primer. Even though it's not a primer, it's a skincare product, but a lot of people like to use it like that. These are also refillable as well. It's the same as with the Capture and some of the serum. I'll get those in refills. So anyway, we are moving on. I'm so excited. I'm finally getting to do a brand that this is like something I'm talking about every single day, it seems like. So please don't think of this as like I'm pitching you guys or like I'm selling to you guys like I would be in store. But I do love the brand. It's such a great brand to work for, and they're really amazing. And they have treated me really well, so I really do enjoy working for them. So with that said, let's go on to, I'm going to take a little bit of the Air Flash. This is the primer and setting spray. I'm going to take just a little bit. I'm going to spray just a little bit. This is in the 01. And I love this. This is great. I love my setting spray to set my makeup with. The Perfect Fix. I really love that one. But this one's just really great to kind of put over top of the Dream Skin to make it look really pretty and really smooth. So now while that is setting and kind of marinating on our skin, we're going to leave and we're going to go to eyes, because I think we're going to do the eyes first today. I have a primer, so I'm going to do what I did in my Chanel video. We're putting a little bit of the Jacqueline First base. We're going to do a little bit of that on my eyelid. I really love this primer. It is a very, very smoothing eyelid primer. In Dior, normally we just do a little bit of concealer normally, because typically you don't really have to use a primer at all. But this just really just helps to smooth out the lid and to make it look really smooth and really nice. And it gives this really beautiful kind of glow to the lid, which I really like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take in a little bit of this is the crayon eyeliner, the waterproof. We're going to do a little bit of it, and this is in black. We're going to take a little bit up in here. Kind of really, I love this pencil. It is so good. But I really want to do a really good tight line on this. And it's just such a good pencil because it does such a good job. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit in here and kind of start deepening that up a little bit, because we're going to go over it in a little while. But I want to just kind of intensify that out a little bit so that way it kind of like looks really nice and sharp. Typically, a lot of people like to do their waterline. I like to do it earlier, and then if I just need to add more, I do. So that way I just kind of have an idea of where I'm going with it. We are going to be working out with testers today. I'm so sorry, I apologize. But we are going to be working with some of the quints that we have. I actually have one that's in a pan and one that's not. This is the Pink Coral. We're going to be using probably this shade here. I don't know if we're going to be using any of those shades. We're going to be using this one, and we're going to be mixing it with this beautiful. This is the Dior. This is the 5-color couture. This is from the Dior Riviera, the summer collection. Let me take the brushes out so you guys can see it. How beautiful is that? It's so pretty. It's very, it almost has a little bit of an autumnish feel. It looking a little bit similar to, I've seen the fall colors and what they kind of look like already. So they look a little, they've got that little bit of that fall feel to it, but I thought a little mixture of this one and this one together, I thought a little warm and a little cool would be really pretty. Cause I don't want to do another pink eye. I wanted to do something a little bit more neutral, but with a little pink to it too. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Refer brush. Let's start out with a little bit of this. Let's start off with a little bit of this peachy shade here. And this is my first time actually using this compact. I've used it on, I've actually used it on customers and I absolutely love it. Didn't mean to do that. I'm going to take it and just kind of work this in. My crease, see how pretty that is? It's so pretty. They blend really beautifully. And actually it's got a lot of pigment. It really, really does. Hold on just a second. Let me swatch these real quick for you guys. Like that's the one we're using now. And then you have the lighter shade, and then you have a little bit more of this really beautiful golden color. This one, I'm not a very good swatcher. I'm sorry, I apologize that one. But it's a really beautiful burnt auburn color. And then you have this really pretty brown color. So yeah, I'm like real excited. I can't wait to dive further into this. We are definitely going to be doing more of a heavier eye. I just really getting into these eye looks where I like to do a little more of a heavier. I think we're going to be doing more of a nudish, be doing a little bit more of a nude lip with it. So it's going to be really pretty, a really traditional Dior, nude with a little bit more of a pop on the eyes. But I thought we would just kind of start with this one first. To the pink one, I'm going to take the same brush and we're going to tap into this color here. And she looks just like this. So it's a little bit more, she's got a little more, it's a little bit more of that pink. It's not really vibrant. It's not as vibrant as it looks in the pan. We're going to kind of take this and kind of mix this in with the peachy shade, just to give it this really pretty pop of color. It's going to be a really pretty summery top eye, or what I have in my mind. I hope it comes out the way that I'm thinking of. I probably will not do brows on this look again, guys, because I really am enjoying not doing brows. Although I have the Dior Brow Styler, and it is a really good eyebrow pencil, and I do have that, but I think we're gonna skip brows again. I think we're gonna focus more on just the shadow and the eyes, just like so. And with my Refer brush, this is in the number 14, and I'm gonna take my Refer brush and let's go into a little bit of this. We're gonna start building up the brown. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the brown, and we're gonna go back over and we're gonna go put it right in that crease. And I'm gonna just start deepening that up just a little bit more, just to give a little bit of deepness to it. Look how pretty that is. Go right in there. I'm gonna go into this auburn shade here. Let's just take a little bit of that, and I'm gonna pack it on a little heavier and really start building it up more. Just again, right there in that crease, because I wanna make my lid look a little bit more, or make my crease look a little bit more intense, my lid. But so pretty that is, just with a little bit of that pink. And I'll probably go back over again with just a little bit of the pink just a little bit later. And I'm gonna keep adding that because we wanna make it really pop. Into this pink shade, we're gonna go back into the pink shade, and I'm gonna kind of blend the pink and the bronze together. Kind of bring that together a little more, because I wanna keep some of my pink in it as well. Let's take this shade here in the middle shade, and this kind of a really beautiful bronzy copper shade. And I'm gonna really place it right there on the lid. And then we'll do the lighter shade a little bit later. We're gonna do the lighter shade. I'm gonna blend it in just a little bit later on. We are gonna be doing lashes with this look. I'm gonna be using my Ardell lashes. We're gonna be using a natural lash, kind of like what we did in the Chanel video. We'll be doing that as well. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. Okay guys, so I thought my camera was on and it was not on. So anyway, I went in, I added a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, it's the Magic Duo. And this is in the Super Blue Metallic, and I took it and did a little bit on the top. There is a Dior liner that's called Captivating Blue that is very similar to this one. I do not have that one, so I had this one, so I went in and just lined the top over a little bit where we had that black. Don't worry about anything underneath because we're gonna clean that up a little bit later. But I do want to take a little bit of I'm going to take, this is just a Morphe, this is a M410 brush, it's just a flat brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the auburn and the brown, and I'm going to mix it just a little bit, and we're just going to kind of add a little bit to that blue and just soften it out a little bit. And then when we clean it up, it will look really, really nice. So now I'm going to go in and we're going to actually curl our lashes. So yeah, it's really storming here today. It is just really poured out. I could see it right up in my open windows. It's like you can really see how it's really super raining really hard. But it's actually kind of relaxing, so I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit. So now I'm going to take my Dior Show. We're going to take a little bit of it first, and we're going to do a first coat of it on the top lashes first. And this is in the brown shade, so we're going to take a little bit of it first just to kind of give a nice base. I will tell you guys, the funny thing about this is Pat McGrath is the one that designed this brush. So just to throw that out there, she was the one that, if I'm not mistaken, and if there's anybody that works for Dior or knows anything about Dior, she was the, I think it was her, if I'm not mistaken, but she actually took a toothbrush and dipped it in stuff and used it on lashes, and that's how the concept came up for this. Because she used to do the Dior shows all the time. And she was one of the, a while back, because this mascara has been out for a hot minute. It's one of the classic Dior mascaras. And they just reformulated it, and it's really nice. But I really love this brown shade. It's very pretty, it's very light, it's not too, it's just a really nice, rich brown color. This is the Dior Pump and Volume. We're gonna take a little bit of it. And I'm just gonna take a squeeze a little bit to pull out some of the excess, and we're gonna go over top of the brown a little bit just to add a little bit more volume. Okay guys, so this is what it's looking like with the, I haven't cleaned up anything yet because I wanted you guys to see the process. But this is what it looks like with the 2 coats of the mascara with the Dior Show and then the Pump and Volume over it. It looks really pretty. I'm still gonna add a lash though because I just want to. But before we do that, I do wanna throw in, I wanna do a little bit, I'm gonna mix a little bit of this shade here. I'm gonna mix a little bit of this really pretty soft pink. And then I'm gonna mix a little bit of this shade here too together. I wanna mix them both together. And I'm gonna place just a little bit right here over that copper shade, just to give a little bit more of this really pretty highlight on the lid. Ooh, that's pretty. And just to soften the blue just a tad, just to bring out a little bit more softness. See the difference? Just kind of gives a little bit more softness to it. You can definitely do this more. I'm sorry, didn't mean to stop. Didn't mean to like give you guys a middle finger. But anyway, yeah, so just hitting a little bit of this. It's just gives it like a little something different. Just to give a little bit more of a shimmer or a little bit more of that really light there on the lid. And not make it so dark. But you can definitely keep it darker if you want it to. Because when I do the lash, I just wanted it to be a little bit brighter. But yeah, it looks really pretty, just like that. And then I might add it, maybe need to add a little bit more when we put the lashes on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off camera, we're gonna do the lashes, and then I'll be back, and then we will start with complexion. Guys, so I'm back. So I did a little bit more of this Charlotte Tilbury. I did the darker side, a little bit more up underneath, over top of the brown, and a little bit of the lighter blue when we did it, and all the color combination mixed together turned out really, really pretty. I just took it, kind of added a little extra addition of this color on the top, and then I took a little bit of the pink, I did a little bit of these 2 colors and mixed them together and did a little bit of iciness right through here. And then when we get done with concealer, I will add a little bit more down there, or we might add a highlight. I've already cleaned up underneath my eyes, so we are ready to go into the complexion part of the portion. So anyway, I do not have a full-size bottle of the Capture, but this is the Capture makeup, and this is in 3N. I'm going to take a little bit on the back of my hand here, and I'm going to mix it with just a little bit of the, we're going to do the 4N and Air Flash. It's in 400. I'm gonna shake that up just a little bit, and I always mix it on the back of my hand. Never use it. If you ever do decide you want to get this, never buy it and spray it on your face. It's just so much easier to go in with a brush or to actually use a sponge. Today, I'm actually gonna use a little bit of both, so I'm gonna mix these 2 together, and we're gonna create this really beautiful creamy consistency with both of them. My sponge is a little slightly damp, not too damp. And I'm going to take it, and we're just going to go in here, and I'm going to start smoothing the skin out. I love the Capture Total makeup. I wish it was, people would talk about it more, but I've really discovered though on YouTube that there are, and I don't know, maybe if it was me, because I did kind of tell a lot of people about it. You know, I told my girlfriend Glamorous Chelsea, and then she told a couple people, and then I think they kind of just, and so on and so on and so on. So I think people kind of started to catch on to it a little bit, but it's such a beautiful foundation. It really plumps the skin, and it makes it look really pretty. And then the Air Flash gives you that really beautiful, filtered, flawless look to the skin, and it also makes it look a little bit more radiant. So what do you guys think? See how pretty it just really smooths out the skin, and so it just took a lot of my evenness out. And then the 2 colors combined together, the 3N and the 4N, did a really beautiful job. So it just kind of did. I'm gonna take just a little bit up around my eyes, not much, just a little bit. But I really like the way that the eyes turned out. They turned out really beautiful. We might have to go back and blend a little bit more once we get the concealer and stuff on, but they look really good. You guys will have to let me know whether you like this or not, whether you're liking this little bit more of this technique kind of, where I'm doing it a little more like this. If you like it, let me know, because it's a little different from what I'm used to doing it. Because again, I'm used to, let me adjust my camera a little bit more. I'm used to doing it a little bit more of my table in front and not on the side. It's a little harder for me to do it with on the side than in front of me. But it's not bad though. I do like being able to get really a little bit more closer to you guys and get a little bit more up and close to the camera, so you can see just a little bit more. But look how pretty this is. This looks so good. It looks really beautiful. See how it's got that beautiful look to it. Take a little bit of my rougher 31 brush, and we're going to take it and we're going to go in and just kind of really tap and press this into the skin and just really blend this out a little bit more. Take a little bit of my Forever, this is the Perfect Fix. I'm going to take a little bit and we're going to spray just a little bit over the skin. It does smell really good, just don't swallow it. Because it doesn't taste that great. When you swallow it, it doesn't taste good. Just so you guys know, I bit my lip, or I've been biting my lips. I have a really bad habit of biting my lips. And over here on this side, I've kind of bit my lip a little bit. So it's in the midst of healing because I still keep wanting to chew on it. So you guys will have to let me know. Do you have any bad habits where you do stuff like that? I don't know why, but I just love to bite my lip, even though it's, I don't know. It's just something that I always end up doing is bite my lip. But I'm going to take a little bit of the Dior Forever Skin Correct. We're going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the luminizer. This is the Flash Luminizer, and this is in 001. Now, these have been discontinued. I do not know if Dior is reformulating them, if they're coming out with new colors, if we're going to get a new formula in this. I sure hope that they do because I love it. I use it all the time, and it's just amazing. I'm going to take my Angie Hot and Flashy brush. This is in the A506. This is from BK Beauty, and we're going to mix this together. I love my BK Beauty brushes, and I also love my River brushes. So we're going to go in, and we're just going to kind of take this and kind of blend this in because I want to brighten that up a little bit, and then we'll go back and add the highlight a little bit later. But yeah, so we're just really smooth that out. See, it just has that luminizer mixed with it, just how pretty it looks when you mix it together. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of my sponge and I'm just going to go in. I'm just going to tap it right there together. You see how beautiful? It just gives you this really beautiful, like, snatched look. So look how pretty that is. It just gives this really beautiful look to the eye. See how beautiful that looks? It looks so pretty. So gorgeous. Love it. So now I'm going to go over on this side. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit right here, just a little bit right here in between my area here, and a little bit on my nose, and a little bit right here, just around my lips, and right there, before we do bronzer. And then I'm going to take my sponge and just tap a little bit more of that skin corrector over top of it. I'm going to add a little bit more right through there, just to add a little bit more coverage, just right where my beard is, just to smooth that out. I don't want to look like the bearded lady, but you know. But look how pretty that is. So beautiful. It's so pretty, and it's so nice. Looks very smooth, looks very bright. It looks so, just up close, you can see how pretty and radiant that looks, how good that looks. Oh, so pretty. Okay. So, so we are not doing any cream products. With Dior, we do not have any like cream blushes or anything like that yet. I don't know if we're going to come out with any. I know we're coming out with new blushes in August. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. So we'll just have to wait and see in August what happens. But we're coming out with a new powder foundation in the Forever. They're updating that. So that will be coming out in July. So that'll be nice to kind of see too. If you guys are into powder foundation, you might like that. It is a really beautiful one. We have it previously. They're just reformulating it. So anyway, so I'm going to, let's go ahead and, let's powder some first. Blendiful, I'm in my Blendiful. I'm going to take a little bit of this is the Dior Backstage powder, and this is in the shade 3N. And we're just going to go in here and press all of this into the skin over top of the foundation. If you guys have never tried this, this is the most amazing powder. It makes your skin look so smooth and so beautiful. It really smooths everything out. You can see it already, just how it's pretty. It's smoothing and blending everything out really nicely. If you can use this with any foundation you have, and it will, if you want to correct anything, it will actually make anything look better. It really does. Look how pretty and smooth that is looking. But you have to use it with a powder puff. Do not use it with a brush. The thing about a mistake with a lot of people is they want to go in and swirl it in with a brush. I don't recommend that. It doesn't do as good a job. I think it definitely does a much better job when you actually use more of a puff. So if you use one of those, you just get a much more smoother technique with it. But it just really blends everything out and makes it look really smooth and buttery. Okay, so I have two of the bronzers, the Dior bronzers. I have here's number 6, and I also have number 8. I think we're gonna go with number 6, I think, because I have 2 of those. I think I'm gonna do that one. So it's really beautiful. If you guys have never experienced the Dior bronzers, they're very pigmented. They've got a really beautiful look to them. They're very smooth. I'm not really sure if I wanna do, this one's a little bit cooler. Maybe I do wanna do 8. Let's do 8. I think I'd rather do 8 because it's a little bit more, it's got a little more red in it, which is what I like. I like a little more red in my bronzer. So see, it's got a little more reddish yellow, a little more red in it. So I think I'm gonna go with number 8 instead. I'm gonna take a Laura Mercier brush. This is my glow powder brush. I'm gonna use a little bit because it's got like the little bit of the, like here, just to put a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit on my brush. A little bit goes a long way. You don't have to take a lot. And I just want to start just a little bit up in here because I want a bronzy, but I don't want it to be too bronzy, but I want it to be a little bronzy. So I'm just gonna take it and kind of work it up in here. So it's already given like color, and I haven't really went in with it again, and it's already given me color already. I'm gonna take a little bit down here on my gel line. That sculpt of the brush right there, it just kind of fit in my chin, kind of like really sculpting that bottom part right here, because I really like to go back behind the ear and really bring it out. Smooth that looks, it looks really beautiful. It's turning out really pretty. I've got 2 different highlighters. I have, this one is in the Pink Glow. This is 02, and then I also have the Dior Show, the Backstage. This one is the Universal palette. I think I'm gonna use this one just in the corner and to give around my eyes highlight, and I think this one we're gonna use on the face. So I'm gonna take my Flower Beauty brush. This is a highlighting brush that they have in Flower Beauty. I'm gonna take a little bit and we're gonna dip it into the pink. And I'm just gonna go around here and just kind of softly, see how pretty that is? It just gives that really beautiful, soft glow to the skin. I'm gonna kind of bring that down through there just to brighten up around my eye. I always do that to kind of give a little brightness. It just kind of brightens it up a little bit and gives it this really beautiful glow. Same here. A little bit of it on my lip. And there you go. How pretty is that? That's really beautiful. Okay, so now let's take my, this is my Refer brush in number 13. And there's the white, the pink, and then the champagne in this one. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of the pink and a little bit of the white. And we'll tap a little bit of this one in too together, kind of give them a little bit all together. And we're just gonna go in here and just add a little bit of extra bling right there, just to give it that little tap of glow. And then I'm gonna take just a little extra right here, just to brighten that up just a tad bit, just to give it that really beautiful glow. Is that pretty? That is so pretty. Okay, so say a little bit more of this. We're not getting too excited. I'm trying not to get too excited. Like that, it really makes your eyes just kind of pop out. I really like that. Okay, so next let's do lips before we do blush, because I don't know what it's gonna look like with the lipstick on. So I have this shade Thai and Dior, and this is kind of like what it looks like on its own. I've not got to wear this lipstick yet. It's a new one for me, so I haven't got to wear it yet. So I've got a Dior lip liner, and this one is in the shade Classic, and it's like a really pretty soft. Yeah, I think so. I think this will work. Okay guys, so I got the lip liner on. I'm not really sure if this lip liner is going to work really well with this lipstick. We're just playing with it. Because I've got some different Dior lip liners, but I just thought this one was just the most pinkest that I had. And I didn't want to do too nude of a nude lip liner. I wanted it to be a little bit more pink. So let's go in. I did a little concealer. I just took a concealer a little bit around the edge and just blended it. Now I'm going to take the lipstick and just put it right over top of it. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I did a good job. I like it. It looks really nice together with the lip liner. I don't care if it would or not. Ooh, that's pretty. I love these lipsticks. They're so good. These Dior Addict lipsticks, they're just the bomb. They're so good. Love the packaging. They just feel super amazing. Beautiful color. They blended really well together. So that was classic lip liner, and then it's the Tie and Dior lipstick mixed together. So that's really pretty. My skin, oh, it's just looking so pretty. It's looking juicy. Oh, we're feeling it. I'm loving it. I'm trying to decide on blushes though. So I have two blushes. I have the 999, and then I also have the shade Poison. Poison probably would go better with the pink, but I think I'm going to do the reddish one so it won't look too pink because I don't want too much pink going on. So I think we're going to do it in it. And the 999, again, these blushes are being reformulated, so they may not be available right now. But we probably will come back out with this shade. But look how it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. And I just want a little bit. I don't want a ton. So, I mean, but, you know, I always end up saying that, and then I always end up doing more. So, anyway, we'll see what happens. Let me take, I'm going to take my Refer brush, and this is in the shade, in the number 5. And let's just lightly tap it in it because it's just a little bit. And I just want to add a little bit of like the sunburnt pop right here on my nose and on my cheeks. And kind of blend it. See, just a little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot of it. I'm going to take my Refer brush with that. I just had that powder on it, and we're going to go in and blend it in together just to give it a really pretty flush. How pretty is that? It looks so pretty. So I'm going to take just a little bit more. I'm going to go over it with just a little bit more of my highlight. You know, we can never get enough of the highlight stuff. Mix that in a little bit more. Give a little bit more smoothness right there. Just make sure we have that glow on the side. As you know, I'm all about that glow. And then we're gonna add a little bit more setting spray just on this side and on this side. Make sure we have it set nicely. Okay, and then, you know what? Let's be a little extra. Let's just be a little extra and do, let's do a little bit of the Stellar. Let's do a little Stellar lip gloss. I mean, we don't really need it, but I'm going to add it anyway. Because I know the Addicts have a lot of shine. But, you know, why not add more shine? This is such a beautiful gloss, by the way. If you guys have never seen Stellar, it is still around. They still have it. They are reformulating the glosses though, but it is still around. You can still find it. But yeah, that just gives it that extra. Ooh, that is gorgeous. What are we thinking? I love it. It looks so good. Love that. That is so pretty. That looks so good. Love it. What do you guys think? It's so beautiful, isn't it? God, I love it. So now that we have that, let me go off camera and I'll be right back. I have a little surprise for you guys. Again, just like I did in the last one, I've got a surprise that we're going to throw on a hat, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so this is, I just had to throw a little hat on, you know, just to give a little something to the look. You know, just a little something. I mean, you have to let me know. I mean, you have to let me know. I don't know, maybe this way. I'm not really sure exactly, but I mean, I like it either way. I mean, all of them look different. I like it on the side here too. It looks all different. I mean, it's just the really beautiful look. So you guys have to let me know down below, you know, what Dior products do you love? You know, what do you love about this? Because I love everything. There wasn't anything I didn't do today that I didn't love. I love the look. The look looks absolutely stunning. But we do have to spray a little bit of J'adore. And this is the Eau de Parfum. It has the Lang Lang in it, and it has the Grasse Jasmine, and then it also has the Damascus Rose in it. It's just a beautiful Floriental. It's very sexy. It's got a very goddess-like appeal to it, like just like the bottle. It's very goddessy, and it just makes you, it just smells so beautiful. I love mixing this one. I mix it a lot sometimes with Sauvage. As you can see, I have my fragrances in the back. I mean, I have my Miss Dior, Sauvage, you know, some of my other Dior fragrances, and I love mixing the men's and the women's together. You know, but at Dior, we don't really categorize fragrances as men and women's. We just like anybody that likes anything, you just kind of throw it, you just kind of mix it together and make your own. But it's a really beautiful fragrance. It just smells so good, but I love it. It's just very sexy to me. But anyway, that's about it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I'm so sorry. I hate it. I'm really sorry. You know, but I get it. You know, it happens. You know, I really do. But I am glad if you've made it this long. I'm so glad that you've been here. I really do appreciate it. You know, again, let me know what you think down in the comments. You know, but remember, be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall, love yourself. Remember to tell somebody that you love them today because life is way too short. And remember to be kind to somebody because a little kindness can go off a long way. And you know, with that said, guys, thank you so much on this little journey with me and Dior. And I really do appreciate it. You have a good rest of your day. And we will see you again in the next episode. Bye.